Hi everybody, this is the Baseball Hut, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the People's Champion, your host, the Hut, and welcome back to the Baseball Hut 2, and hope you like this video. We're going to talk about here in this video, the MLB Network, which I love the MLB Network, but one of their hosts, she made a complete, total fool of herself, and the media, and including myself, have been going after her. I'm going to make fun of her in this video. So if you're a fan of hers and you like her, you will not like this video. But we're going to talk about what she said, which is terrible what she said. And she said it on a pretty big show, or it used to be a big show until she showed up. Why they hired her to be part of High Heat with Christopher Mad Dog Russo is beyond me. I guess they had to check the box to put somebody there to have a woman on this show. She is a disgrace. But before we get into this, you need to hit the subscribe button. We're going to goof on a lot of the media here on this channel, the Baseball Hut 2. I do a lot of that on WFAN. But this thing with Alana Rizzo popped up. And this has to do with what happened in Game 2 of the National League Divisional Series between the Phillies and the Braves. At the end of that game, a ball was hit to center field that Michael Harris, the second, made a great catch on, or the third, made a great catch on it. And Bryce Harper got picked off at first. He didn't tag up, and he wasn't able to get back to first without being called out. Great play, great double play. But after the game, the shortstop Orlando Arcia said in English, I'm going to point out, said in English, "Attaboy Harper, attaboy Harper." I know they were calling him Pretty Boy too. I don't know if it was during the game or in the clubhouse, but these are the kind of disparaging remarks that they're making about him. Now, when that happened, that's when they let the media into the clubhouse. Now, when the media goes into the clubhouse, you're in the workspace. You're in the public arena. So anything that happens in that space can be reported. And this was a thing that was stupid. It's just a stupid comment that was made. We've seen stupid comments made in the clubhouse and the dugouts. As a Met fan, I've been hearing for months about this throw it again nonsense about Pete Alonso, who, by the way, hit a home run after he said that in Atlanta. So the Braves fans and the Braves announcers and the Braves media are on the side of going after this reporter that brought this up. And Alana Rizzo is aligning herself with these comments. Now I have here from awfulannouncing.com on MLB Network, Alana Rizzo blasts jack-offs, bloggers or podcasters, not even reporters in the clubhouse. Now, Baseball Writers Association has come out in support of this blogger, saying that he had a right to be there, that he's a member in good standing. Here's the article. And I saw this clip. I can't play the clip. I don't want to play it because it's such a disgusting comment, top to bottom. Quote, "I am so irritated with all of these people, these bloggers or podcasters are not even reporters, not even journalists, going into the clubhouse. You're ruining it for the rest of us." Alana, you're not a journalist either. You work for a billion-dollar corporation in Major League Baseball. The last couple of days have seen an incredible amount of discussion around the Atlanta Braves clubhouse. And we're going to have video on the clubhouse and the reactions that the Braves have had towards this comment and how they basically have been unprofessional in this loss to the Philadelphia Phillies. So hit that subscribe button if you want to know what's going on here. That comes from a report from Jake Mintz of Fox Sports after the Braves win over Philadelphia Phillies in Game 2 of National League Divisional Series that Atlanta shortstop Orlando Arcia. I wonder if the Braves are wishing that they had Dansby Swanson there. He wouldn't have done that. And I would mention, we'll get into it, was mocking Philadelphia first baseman Bryce Harper in the clubhouse, saying, "Ha ha, attaboy Harper." I would mention Harper's probably the best player on the field. No offense to Ronald Acuna Jr. Harper's been one of the best players in the game for the last 10 years. Orlando Arcia isn't a patch on his... He had a patch on his fanny, as Mad Dog Russo would say. That led to Harper twice staring down, and then in Game 3, Harper hit 2 home runs, and he stared down Arcia. That led to Harper twice staring down Arcia after hitting home runs in the Phillies' 10-2 Game 3 win Wednesday, and that led to the Atlanta radio broadcast bashing Harper and to a number of Braves players and mostly Atlanta-based media members criticizing Mintz for sharing Arcia's comments. The Braves radio broadcast attacked Bryce Harper. He's just defending himself, and he's sticking up the Braves' ass for what they did, and they're going after him. That tells you everything you know about the Braves. A YouTuber called Tyler Redmond is a Braves YouTuber. He did a video saying the reason the Braves were had played so poorly in the series because they had too much rest and they had rust. Bullshit. The Astros had a lot of rest too, and they're going to the ALCS. Article continues. That then led to a number of other media members going off on those takes, saying that clubhouse comments are not off the record unless specifically agreed to by the player and the reporter. But while the media reaction outside of Atlanta has generally been in support of Mintz and critical of the Braves and the local reporters arguing against this, there have been a few media members from other markets who have chimed in to bash Mintz's reporting of Arcia's comments. And one of the most fervent takes on that front came from Alana Rizzo on MLB Network's High Heat Thursday, where she weighed in with some anti-blogger rhetoric seen much more frequently more than a decade ago. You know what it is? You do these videos, it has more influence on the audience than these assholes. These assholes, Alana Rizzo speaks for MLB. She's not a reporter. I'm not a reporter either. I'm just here to entertain you. Are you not entertained with my videos? The hell is that cricket noise? Aren't you not? I mean, really. Okay. This is what Awful Announcing posted. And then some, I'm just going to keep repeating some of this stuff, so just bear with me. Awful Announcing tweeted this out. And then some jackoff comes in, at the end of the season that gets a credential. God only knows why. And the clubhouse is a sacred place. Were you in the clubhouse in 2017 with the New York Mets where they were throwing sexual devices in the locker rooms there, Alana? In the lockers, Alana? No. Alana Rizzo went off on Jake Mintz's clubhouse reporting on High Heat Thursday. Here's the transcript. Here we go. This is what Alana Rizzo said. And I am so irritated of all these people, these bloggers or podcasters, or not even reporters. And this is not a big story, but the media made it into a big. She made herself into a story. Oh, well, too bad, Alana. Not even journalists going into the clubhouse. You're ruining it for the rest of us. The guys that come in the postseason and don't have any clue of the pulse of the team. And it's making it worse for the people that are there every single day covering this team on a daily basis. What, the shield media that's there in Atlanta? That don't ask questions as to why the Braves hit 60 more home runs than the Dodgers did this year? The same media that won't question why Matt Olson hit 20 more home runs than he did last year, how they made up 12 games in the standings, and they're very similar to what the 1951 Giants did. They made up a big, the Dodgers that year had a 14-game lead, and the Giants tied them at the last day of the season, and had that famous playoff against, Ralph Branca and Bobby Thompson. Same thing. That media that won't question what's going on down there. And then some jackoff comes in at the end of the season that gets a credential. God only knows why, and the clubhouse is a sacred place. And remember, I've been in clubhouse for the last 16, 17 years. Yeah, okay. I remember I would go in there and get my job done and get out. That is their space. No, it's the workspace, the workplace. Once those doors open, Alana, it's open to the public. You represent the public, right? Although you probably don't anymore, you represent MLB. So for this idiot this is what she says. So for this idiot to go in there and take something out of context just to make him give himself a name is ridiculous. And I completely understand what Travis Darno was saying. I completely understand what Kevin Gosman, what Gosman has to do with it, no clue, was saying. You guys can throw up the tweets right now about Kevin Gosman. What he was saying about the fact that they should be allowed to talk in their own clubhouse. No one's telling you can't, Kevin. But once the media goes in there, you're open to the public. Now there are non-media areas in clubhouses. I understand that, but that's ridiculous. You have to have some sort of decorum intact if you're going to be lucky enough to cover a Major League Baseball team or a professional team. But when you're dealing with public people like the media, you have to be professional. So what's the problem? This is what Kevin Gosman had to say. It's players. Players have to watch out. Watch what we say in our clubhouse. That's right. And you know what? You do have to watch what you say. That's life. You have to watch what you say anyway. He's absolutely right, she said. That is their space. It is not a space to go in there and linger around and watch their televisions and, just kind of, hang out in there. That's not your space. I don't think that's what happened. He opened up the clubhouse and he was chiming. And then quotes Gosman's tweet. Some of y'all, man, all I'm saying is that you should not be allowed to quote a player. Say you heard something like this in the clubhouse when you, the reporter, are not talking to that player. But if the player is loud, they can take note of it. And she then bashes Mintz more. First of all, this guy Jake Mintz, that's not even a reporter. That's taken away from true reporters and true journalists. Where were you on the random Tuesday in April in Cincinnati when this team was playing Cincinnati? Where were you on a rain delay? And you have to sit in the press box for all of this time. It's ridiculous. And then Mad Dog said this, chimes in with, you sound like me. Okay? Rizzo's take itself wound up taking plenty of criticism from media figures. Some of the most notable there came from Baseball Prospectus editor-in-chief, Craig Goldstein. Go back to condescendingly telling people how to dress or whatever it is you do. Oh my God. I guess that's about her. This is from the Chalker. Not to mention what was reported wasn't even bad. I can't imagine more any anodyne piece of shit talk, and I'm one of the worst trash. I mean, really. Let me continue. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay. And as Goldstein notes, much of Rizzo's career has been working either for MLB Network, 2012 to 13 to 2021 to the present, or for the Colorado Rockies and Los Angeles Dodgers local broadcasts on Root Sports Rocky Mountain and Spectrum Sportsnet LA, respectively. She did do local sports work for CBS affiliates in Wichita Falls, Texas, and Madison, Wisconsin before that. That doesn't necessarily mean that Rizzo isn't a reporter, that she can't share her views on reporting etiquette. But it's unusual to hear someone whose career has largely been as a reporter for local team broadcasts and league network broadcasts come in on such a high ethical horse against someone working for a national media outlet, and yes, a MLB broadcast partner. But MLB isn't producing Fox's broadcasts themselves. And Rizzo, where were you on the random Tuesday in April in Cincinnati comment is rather absurd, as the article says. The whole point of the postseason is that there is now a national spotlight on the remaining teams, and that should naturally lead to access for more than just the local reporters. That's true. Many around baseball regularly complain that the sport, and especially its playoffs, should receive more national attention, which flies in sharp contrast to attempts like this to gatekeep coverage to reporters around a particular team all year. If anything, the Braves clubhouse saga has once again illustrated that there is not universal journalistic agreement on much of anything. But the majority of journalists discussing the situation have weighed in defense of Mintz and in defense of Arcea's comments in a media accessible area not being off the record without an agreement to that effect. So that makes Rizzo's take here, and especially the fervent level she went to, quite unusual. Unusual is retarded, stupid. This is a woman who is paid by a corporation. It doesn't seem like she's been in any big clubhouses and big media places. She's been like a local reporter. And I don't understand why did they dump her on Mad Dog Russo? Mad Dog doesn't need a co-host. First of all, you turn it on, you don't want to watch her because she's unlistenable. Okay, I don't need to be lectured by her or anybody else from this corporation. You know, if you're watching the network, you know a lot about baseball, and you don't need to be lectured by this lightweight, and that's what she is. She's a lightweight. Why is she there with Mad Dog? Can somebody explain that to me? Why she does these broadcasts with him? He doesn't need any help. You know, I mean, to be honest with you, she doesn't need to be there. I think it was better when he had the guy that was talking to him that would work behind the scenes, which they fired and dumped her on him. And there's a reason, again, there's a reason why Mad Dog isn't on 1 o'clock every day. He's on at 11 o'clock, and why he's been doing stuff on Fox is he probably doesn't want to work with her. And they probably told him that he had to take a bit of a step back from working with her, because they want to highlight her for whatever reason. So she's a disgrace, and the media down there in Atlanta are a disgrace too. Again, they don't ask questions. They roll over for the Braves, and it's terrible that they're like that down here. I'm going to keep hammering the Braves. So you want videos of watching me just hammering the Braves and hammering the media around it, this is the channel you want to sub to. So this was a very interesting video. Hope you like it. And thank you for watching it. And hopefully I'll see you in the near future in a video. See ya. The first part of this video was recorded earlier on Friday with my response and my reaction to what Alana Rizzo of MLB Network said, when she called this reporter Jake Mintz a jagoff on the network during a big show called High Heat with Christopher Mad Dog Russo. So this video is being recorded in the afternoon. I watched her apology on his show. This is on High Heat. Everything I said prior to this video, it still goes. So everything goes here in terms of what I said earlier. What she did was very unprofessional and way too over her pay grade, quite frankly. So let me just read a couple of things. And this is her apology. It was a very cold apology, quite frankly. I want to give a very heartfelt apology to Jake Mintz and the entire Baseball Writers Association of America, because they came out against her. Rizzo said, "What I said yesterday about Jake was completely inappropriate. It was inaccurate and was beyond... How is it inaccurate? You called him a jagoff. I got caught up in the heat of the moment. But it's not the heat of the moment. This wasn't like she had 12 hours to think about this. But I have to say the media, of course, the baseball writers and the credentialed media do a tremendous job covering the sport that we love. What I said was completely off base, and I've had an interesting 24 hours, and I've learned a lot more, and I apologize to Jake. I talked to him already. I apologized to him privately, and also apologized to him publicly. They do a good job in the clubhouse. I was completely inaccurate in my assessment of what went down." Now, this was the nastiest thing that people said about this reporter. And obviously, are there going to be other people apologizing to this guy? Specifically, the Braves, media, these sycophants that cover the Braves. Are they going to apologize for what they said? You know, saying that he shouldn't have reported it, which was a terrible thing that they said. If you're going to say it in front of the media and you don't ask for anonymity, you don't put it out there. That's one thing. But since nobody said anything, then it's fair game. So just wanted to give you this little update at the end of this video so you know that I'm not behind on things. And I want to thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button. You're going to have a fun weekend. Hope you like this video. I'm going to have a video in the evening on Saturday about the Braves. It's going to be really good. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.